Hey guys, Diablous here with PvP guide for Enhancement. So let's go through the talents, shall we? We got Lightning Shield. This is for some nature damage and Maelstrom region. Then we have Forceful Winds. This is for Maelstrom region as well as Wind Fury damage. Lightning Shield to off heal your partners and yourself. Searing Assault for DPS. Charge to close the gaps. Sundering to interrupt the cast to do damage. And Ascendance to close the gaps to do a burst. The reason why you take Lightning Shield is because Boulder Fist the reason I take Lightning Shield is to get the region on your Maelstrom, because you don't want to be starved on Maelstrom when you have to spam Storm Strike. Hot Hand is unpredictable because it has to proc, and if you're spamming Storm Strike, actually, even if you get proc on the Hot Hand, the damage with that proc is going to be less damage than the Storm Strike. So you would have to stack the primer. What is it? Primal primer in order to do some extra damage. I don't know how much it is, but not enough. So you take Lightning Shield and Forceful Winds, and you will be fine with Maelstrom. At the same time, you're going to be doing damage. Now for PvP talents, you need Trinket, because when you do Ascendance, you don't want to be CC'd, so you trinket it. Forked Lightning procs from Stone Strike. Ride the Lightning procs from Stone Strike. And Bloodlust, which gives you haste, which allows you to Stone Strike more. Now, the way you play, let's go through the DPS rotation. Primary is going to be the Storm Strike into Lava Lash. So when you do a Storm Strike and it goes on cooldown and you don't get Stormbringer, you do Lava Lash. Why? Because Lava Lash does more damage than Rock Biter. Now if you don't have Rage to do Lava Lash, then you do Rock Biter, or you do Flame Tongue. Who gives a fuck? So yeah, you Stone Strike and then you Ascendance. So that's how you burst. You have a macro that says cast Ascendance, use the Trinket, use the Racial, and then Ascendance. So when you do have cooldown on Storm Strike, you Ascendance, and you will get Wind Strike. So it resets the cooldown of the Storm Strike. The reason why you spam Storm Strike is because you get the benefits from Forked Lightning and Chain Lightning. So what is it? 6.6k increased damage. And this is gonna be a lot of cleave damage against like melee cleaves. And when you play against a caster cleave, where the benefit of Chain Lightning is not so good, you can change it to grounding. So when you have Paladin, Healer, Shadow Priest, and Mage, and you have to choose between kicking a heal or kicking a sheep, you can instead ground the sheep and then kick the heel, or sunder the sheep and kick the heal, you know. But you can ground a heal, so grounding provides some I don't know, some grounding, you know, from spells and shit. So that's pretty much the one I keep changing, like the chain lightning into grounding. That's the one I sometimes change. It depends on your teammate. If he's completely imbecile and he can't interrupt the cast, then you want to carry it with a grounding. But then again, you will lose a lot of damage. Even on a single target, chain lightning does work. But I'll get to that in a sec. Let's go through Azerite traits. On chest, I have Battlefield Focus. It puts a debuff on the target for 700 and something from each attack. It has no GCD, like cooldown. So when your Wind Fury procs, which is 2 attacks, that's already 2 stacks off. So that's 1.4k increase. Yeah. This is a really good one. This directly increases damage of Storm Strike. So when you Storm Strike, you hit the target twice, main hand, offhand. That's another two stacks off. So 1.4k increased again, you know. But then we get to, I don't know, let's take a look at this head, for example. 385 item level, some shit trait that gives you crit, haste and whatever, you know. I would change it to Synapse Shock. So Chain Lightning will proc you 27 agility for 15 seconds, stacking up 5 times. So if you're cleaving, it will get stacked up to 5 really quick. But the problem is that the item level is like 45 lower, so I'm losing 214 agility, and I would gain 135 when the Synapse is 5 stack. So you pretty much want to gear highest item level, because your priority is going to be agility, haste, and then mastery, and then whatever you want. So reason why you want to do that is haste allows you to do more stone strikes, because it's faster globals and shit. And the reason why I take mastery is because, one, it increases the nature damage of sundering and lightnings and searing and overcharge. But second reason is to proc Stormbringer. So they changed. I'm not sure if they changed. Yeah, they also increase the proc rate of your Wind Fury. So if you're playing with forceful winds, you will be doing more Wind Fury, which means you're gonna be doing more Wind Fury damage, yada yada. And Stormbringer has been changed to increase your next Storm Strike damage by 25. I'm not actually sure if it was in Legion like that, but either way, the more mastery you have, the more Stormbringers you will proc. The more Stormbringers you will proc, the more increased Stone Strikes you will do. Okay? And you won't have any trouble with Maelstrom because you're playing with Forceful Winds and Lightning Shield. So when you do Ascendance, it even reduces the cost by 66%. And now let's go through the way you burst. So when you Ascendance, you do Stone Strike. if you don't get Stormbringer, you click something else, yeah, like Lowlash, but you only do one global between Storm Strikes. So you Storm Strike, it goes on 3-second cooldown, you do Lowlash, and then the next global is gonna be Storm Strike. Okay, that didn't proc Stormbringer, you do another spell, but you don't spam anything else except Storm Strike. That's your priority. That's the only button you have to press most of the times. And the way you do the macro is that you have cast Ascendance, cast Trinket, cast Blood Fury, and cast Storm Strike. The trinket you want to be using is unused trinket with primary stats. The one I have right now is not primary stat one. This is the other one because I haven't been lucky enough. But what I noticed is that on Alliance, where I do have the trinket, it's way stronger when you do the burst. So yeah, and the reason you want to use Ascendance is because it ignores all the armor. So if you say, why don't I use Spike, it's 20% increase. Yeah, it's 20%, but even if you use Ascendance on a male target, class that uses male armor, the physical damage reduction is 27%. And since you're spamming attacks that reduce your armor, this means the Storm Strike gets increased by 27%. Am I right? Maybe. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? So on plate target, you're actually doing more damage than Earth and Spike says, which increases physical damage by 20. I would say armor is higher on plate targets, maybe 37%, who knows, you know. So plate targets will die faster. Also, for 10 seconds, what are you gonna do in 10 seconds? It's 20-second cooldown, I don't know. Sometimes on longer fights this could be better, but what I found is that either you take Ascendance and kill someone, or you take Spike and fucking lose the game. So it's up to you. And yeah, did I say about this Nature Guardian? So if you play against melee cleave, obviously you don't have to charge anywhere. So you take Nature's Guardian, like against RMP. You're gonna fucking die in the opener if you don't take this one. You're not gonna charge away from the rogue's damage, right? So you're gonna sit and die if you don't take this one. And against melee cleaves, you're not running away from anyone. You're the one that chases them. So you don't really need the charge, unless you wanna do some outplay on Blade's Edge or whatever, you know. But for BGs and some hunter comps, this is essential. You need this one. What else? Weapon enchants. This is something I haven't actually tried, but there is an enchant for attack speed. Like yeah, it's 15% increase on attack speed. So that would be good for Ascendance, but I don't think it increases haste, as in 15% haste increase, as in increase in global cooldown, like faster global cooldown. So I would say take haste, not this one, not deadly, but take the haste one, take the mastery one, or take haste and haste. Okay, just like in PvE, haste and crit, even though I don't say take crit because this is PvP. What else? What do you want to know? Oh yeah, the traits, the one I have. So like I said, battlefield focus to get the debuff. Second, you want to have I don't know, you would take probably Storm Strike, because it increases directly the Storm Strike damage. And for the last one, you want to take Synapse Shock. The reason for this one is that it increases agility on button that you're going to be pressing anyway, which is the Chain Lightning. I'm not saying make sure to Lightning Bolt to keep this up. I'm saying that when you Storm Strike, it will be up anyway. But the reason why I don't use it is because the agility I get from 5 stacks on this piece is going to be less than my higher item level head. So yeah, I would say if you have same item level, or if you only have 340, take the Synapse Shock, because it's passive agility for the whole game, and Rolling Storm because it's directly increasing Storm Strike damage. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Make sure to subscribe, and if you got any questions, ask them in the comment section, and for a couple of weeks I'll try to answer them. And see you guys on my stream, I guess. Goodbye.
Eindstand. Kankerpakistan. Ken je die niet?
Okay.
Amalia. Amalia. Ik bedoelde deze man, ik ga lopen.
Clap de elemental. Hoe is het allemaal? Gearpipe.
Look at Diablous' game. Good lord, we're getting the full boost. If he had microphone, I would go rank on right here. Right now. Right here. Okay, I'm tasting nerf.
I'm sapped. Tasting
I'm
the sap.
stunned. Offensive stance in hyper stun.
Clone on me.
I'm
Sitting.
going
Sacking
druid.
you off.
I'm going druid. CBA that shit.
The Hex on Diablos. Hodging off.
Nice. Kijk die damage die we op druid doen. Die shaman staat te onvielen. Ik heb het even geloven. Hij vliegt alle kanten uit. I'm stunned. Ik ga... Go rogue. Fair?
Stun trinkling. Ik bob jou.
Ja.
Flying in with a blind. Full blind. He's gonna trinket that. He bashed me. Sacking you.
Evasion. Stunning. Parry. I'm fine.
Nee, ik had jou gesackt. Je had niet hoeven parryen.
Oh,
Fuck.
sorry.
Maar niet uit.
Maakt
Maar
niet
niet
uit.
uit. Is fijn. Ik heb nog een sack.
Ik ga ook die druid gewoon weer pressure. I'm pressuring druid.
Ja, doe lekker je ding. Je bent turbo aan het spelen. Nergens om. Nou,
Pressuring rogue. Kijk uit.
sacked you.
Nice. Stunning rogue. Druid. Sorry. They are stunned on me. Go druid.
I'm following you, Diablous. You can go in.
The druid is piecing it.
He might wanna. I'm stunned full.
En ik sloeg zijn tanden weer.
Nice all feels, man.
Okay, it's so much easier when Diablous is not spamming all the time in this chat, actually. I am, of course, joking. Diablous. He got out damaged by the nerfed. The nerfed king. Hyper nerfed.